What is going on, true believers? Guys, it is Friday. So go long on Bitcoin. It's also Friday. So short Bitcoin. Bitcoin is about to pump. It's going to go to 83,000. Bitcoin's also going to dump. It's going to go to 60,000. It's a complicated sort of scenario, and nobody knows exactly what's getting ready to happen. Here's what we do know, brother, that you know something, Mean Gene. I say my prayers. I take my vitamins every day. I rug pull my cryptos. Hulk Hogan rug pulls his own cryptocurrency. And some of these, um, it gets absolutely crazy. And here's what I think is happening. I think that Sahil guy who's been running these scam tokens, I think he gets control of these people, these celebrities' Twitter accounts, and he promises them money. Looks like Hulk Hogan cashed out 957,000, and so did Sahil on a $20 million pump on Hulk token. First of all, why would you, if you got Iggy Azalea out here with Mother, how can you have Hulk Hogan out here and the token name is not Brother? Like, am I missing something here? Is there no creative people left in crypto? Is that where we're at? Anyway, Arthur Long says go long. Bitcoin futures say go long. Other advisors say short it because Bitcoin's about to dip because the U.S. job report, which looks fantastic, by the way. SHIB, I keep telling you every time we get an analysis to wait for a big pump getting ready to happen. However, then we get an article today that says Shiba Inu declines once more. Maybe it's just going down. Chad bullshit. You know what it is. You know it when you see it. You get it. All right, guys, we're gonna get into it and more. This is not financial advice. I'm always right.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin because I see the light. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeves. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleeves. I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I built a crypto channel streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these motherfuckers and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeves. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleeves. I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I don't know what to do because my memberships are missing you.
Hey guys, before we get started, I did a thing. What thing is that? I made some t-shirts. If you want a shirt, you can get a Bleeves shirt right now. This is a simple Bleeves Descendants Milo design. Every couple weeks, I'm going to come out with new shirts just to give you guys a little something to check out. You can go check it out in the Spreadshirt shop down below. Now let's get back to the show. All right, guys, good morning to you if you good morning. If you don't good morning to you anyway. I think I might have an echo here, and I hope that just fixed it. So Hulk Hogan, who had that on their bingo card? It wasn't me. It certainly was not me. But good morning to you if you good morning. If you don't good morning to you anyway, because America. That's all I got to say. What is going on, Brian Bootyhead? Good morning to you. Corvette, good morning. Ken Gillette says good morning. Good morning, Bleeves. Thank you for being awesome. Dude, I appreciate all of that. Thank you so much, Ken. Masonic Mike, NWO, New World Order. You know what? Matter of fact, I actually had something like that. I don't know if I still do, but yeah, I don't have it anymore. God damn it. But I had something like that where it said New World Finance. But I never joined New World Finance, so I never got to use it. Fun Family's in the house with a Necco Army, 20-year liquidity lock and set to auto burn after Necco for the win. All right, here we go. We got Crypto Sparky, good morning. Jay Locke, good morning. Justin W, good morning. George Lopez Garcia, good morning. John Donnie in the house. Jay Manuel. Poe, good morning to everybody. Jeff T, Ramon Betancourt, Kamal's in the house. Raymond Pritchard, Joe Garcia's in the house. Hulk Hogan doing the rug pull, brother. RW7610, good morning. I got this strategy, but not financial advice. Get in on the first 7 minutes of a crypto launch and then get out, make profits. That's what everybody does. That's what everybody does. Zico is vaulting it up in the house. We got Brian Bootyhead. VK is in the house. Crypto antagonist from the Bozo Show is here. Evan Bulajana is here. Vader Prime and all my Bleeves of maniacs. Believer maniacs. Yeah. So look, if you're not having fun with Hulk Hogan rug pulling America, God damn it. Craig S. GM Zombies in the house. Good morning. Tom Weekly is in the house. 100 Proof. Dude, one of my favorite songs from 88 Fingers Louie, which, by the way, is the original Rise Against. Love that song. Design DNA. What is going on, brother? All right, guys. So, criminal mastermind. And you know him from the NWO, so you know he was a criminal. He was trying to steal WCW from Sting and Lex Luger and the boys in the back, Ric Flair. He was trying to steal WCW from all of them. So this crazy scammer, if you will, called Hollywood Hulk Hogan. What does the Hollywood mean, Hulk Hogan? And what mother names their child Hollywood? Oh yeah, Hollywood Brown from the Ravens and now the Chargers and maybe the God damn it. You know what? He's not the only one. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, Binance didn't celebrate his BNB. I forgot to delete that. My bad. Anyway, Hulk Hogan, scammer galore, comes out and he does this. This is what happens, right? So his social media account pops out this. Website hulkhogan.com is updated with the Hulk info. I'm all jacked up for tonight. And he ends it with HH. So that gives you cause to think that it's real. Okay. Then you have can't stop, won't stop, brother. HH hunkpump.fun. So you know it's probably at this point, as you're looking at this, you know that it's probably Sahil. And it's another one of those celebrity pump and dumps. And then all these crybabies want to suck on my what? You know what I mean? Like what? And then Hulk Hogan replies, "You suck at pumping. Hulk has the real milk." So this is happening live. And then all of a sudden, then Hulk Hogan posts this. Appreciate your love and support always. Please do not take notice of any posts posted today. They are not from me and will be promptly removed. Thank you, Hulk. This is after there is a dump on that crypto for like 20 million bucks. Now, then it says here, I'm 70 years old and I don't know much about these cryptocurrencies, but I know how to school these punks with the pump and show them who the real champ is. Hulk. Now, here's the problem with this. The problem with this is this says the video down here says nothing about his project. So it says, "Oh, brother, Hulkamaniacs, the champion will be decided tonight." That's not crypto related. So at this point, you know it's kind of a scam. And then it says, there's this thing right here that people find it later on and show that the undisputed karaoke champion will be decided tonight, brother, and cash is on the line at Hogan's Hangout, which is his restaurant. So, is he involved in it? I think so. I think that he is involved, but I'm not sure. He probably got with Sahil. They pumped it just a little bit, but I mean, again, like, why would you do that and not do brother? Like, what is going on, really? You know what I mean? So anyway, that puts us here. And then what you got is you got this. Look at this. This is already massive dump. Now, here's the other part to it. This thing's probably still going to run. This probably 20 million was probably not the top on it. Remember, Mother is now at 200 million-ish. So there's certainly some opportunity for it to still run. When we look at it this way, and we say, well, they dumped on the chart. Well, every single one of these dumps on the chart. It doesn't matter what project you're looking at. There's always people who are going to dump, because what you're doing is you're adding new holders to the mix. That's what you're looking to do, is just create a new base of holders. And the new base of holders is basically this level right here, 5,000 holders. With a $2.74 million market cap, 355,000 in liquidity. So what happens here? Well, this thing will probably 10x, and you're probably going to see this thing will consolidate just a little bit, and then boom, it'll end up here at 2 cents or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it would make sense. It would make perfect sense for it to do that at this point, because people still like Hulk Hogan. So it's an easy, in my opinion, it could be an easy little 10x happening out here for no reason, other than the fact that Hulk Hogan started talking shit and said, something, brother, and my man Mean Gene, and whatever the hell else he says. So crazy stuff happening in the market. Wrestlers are now getting into it. So now, Hulk Hogan's Solana meme coin appears to lose $15 million in value after wrestler allegedly deletes post promoting the tokens. Now, there was a little bit more to it. There was and I'm not going to share it with you because I don't think that it's valid, but there was a chat with Hulk Hogan where he indicated to somebody who he was speaking with, so when it just pumps, I just sell it. So they were like, yeah, and then I get to keep the money. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, cool. So he didn't end it with brother, so it's probably not official, but that seems like they're trying to vilify him. So I don't know how this plays out. Don't know what's going on there, but I'd be watching out for some of these celebrity tokens. Now, in other news, Bitcoin starts dipping for a little while as we get the jobs report number. And guess what? Doesn't sustain. Suddenly, Bitcoin reverses. We get the jobs number. We get a little bit of a dip, and then this dip gets immediately eaten back up. And look at this. We got the jobs report over here. And what do we get? We got this big red candle dipping down to 70,600. Let that sink in for just a second. Just dipped down to 70,600 from a top over here of 71.9. So that's a wild little swing, a nice little opportunity for upside momentum. So if you got in on one of these dips down to 70,000, good for you. Again, it looks like 83,000 is the next big move. 73, I think, is the first spot. 77 is the second spot. And then up here, we've got this spot right here. And that represents the open interest area. So open interest area means that's where people are looking to settle for Bitcoin trades. So with the open interest being at 83,000, it tends to find its range. So I would expect that we're going to see a pretty big move from Bitcoin over the next month or so up to 83,000. And then it might even carry on through the election up to 100,000 before. Now, if we get Donald Trump, will it matter? Before Joe Biden, guys, it doesn't matter what president we get. The people that are telling you that are the people that want Donald Trump to be president. So they're going to tell you whatever you want because they want you to vote for him. Now, if you want crypto, you should be voting for him. However, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter whether Joe Biden is president or Donald Trump is president. They're both going to be pro-crypto going forward. They recognize the amount of voters that it affects and the amount of people that are into it. So they're not going to work against people at this point. So they're looking to get elected. They're not looking to alienate other voters. So they're trying to catch that fringe and those little swing votes that they can get to try to get people into, whatever position. Now, we'll see what happens. But here's the end result, right? U.S. added 272,000 jobs in May, which surpassed market expectations by about 100,000 jobs. However, unemployment went from 3.9 all the way up to 4.0. Absolutely crazy. But Bitcoin then, of course, dropped it. It had like a liquidity sweep. And by the way, if you look at the chart, if you look at the liquidation thing, you can kind of see it playing out real time. So it would be exactly what's expected. Now we just continue on. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the U.S. added 272,000 jobs in May after adding 175 the prior month. The unemployment rate soared to 4 from 3.9. On the other hand, hourly wages increased 0.4% and went up 0.2% last year. However, so investors were eager to wait for these job data. Then when it happened, we got this little sweep. And then what did we do right after that? We got right back on the saddle again, if you will, and did exactly what I was just saying. Like we just, we kind of had this little liquidity sweep, if you will, and then everything just sort of reversed its way back. So looks like Bitcoin probably set for another big rip. Now, Arthur Hayes says that the Fed is probably going to do a rate cut pretty soon. So he says, go long. He explains, I recently discussed the implications of global central banks starting their early rate cuts. The June central bank activities initiated by the Bank of England and the European Central Bank are expected to boost the cryptocurrency market, potentially triggering a new bull run. According to Hayes, these early rate cuts indicate central banks' effort to stimulate economies, leading investors to turn to cryptocurrencies as alternative investments. So in his essay, The Easy Button, Hayes suggested that the U.S. Federal Reserve could swap unlimited amounts of freshly printed dollars with the Bank of Japan for yen. This would empower the BOJ, the Bank of Japan, to support the yen in the global forex markets. While Hayes still believes in this solution, he notes that the G7 central banks aim to narrow the interest rate differential between the yen and other major currencies. So what he thinks is about to happen is he thinks that all of these different things are about to kick off a bull run. The central bank actions this June could pull the cryptocurrency market out of the summer slump. Hayes initially predicted a significant policy change in August during the Fed's Jackson Hole Symposium, but the trend towards easing has already begun. He advises going long on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, adjusting his strategy to the evolving macroeconomic landscape. So Arthur Hayes telling you to go long. Remember, this guy is one of those people who moves the market. He's, everybody trusts Arthur Hayes. Trusted CD. We'll save that for another time. Moving on. First Movers America Bitcoin futures position top record 37 billion with a concentration at $83,000. So are we moving to 83,000? I mean, I'm sure we are. It's just a matter of at what point do we actually have that rip. So the question is going to be how that goes. So 10x Research says that they think that Bitcoin is headed to 83,000 very, very soon. The breakout is contingent on Bitcoin moving above 72,000 to complete an inverted head and shoulders pattern in which an asset experiences 3 price troughs, with the middle one being the deepest. This pattern suggests it's only a matter of time before the Bitcoin price reaches a new high. 10x founder Marcus Thielen said. A breakout above 72,000, a mere 1% climb from the current range of 71.3, may hinge on the U.S. non-farm payroll, scheduled for release at 8:30 today. And now it's still 71.3, by the way. We're still kind of in that range. Weak data may strengthen the case for the Fed interest rate cuts, adding to upward momentum. So it looks like we didn't get that, but I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how do we see this whole thing play out. But again, most people are banking on an $83,000 Bitcoin coming pretty soon. So I would venture to say we're probably going to get that moving forward. Now, in the meantime, SHIB, we've talked about SHIB pumping every single day for a while. And guess what? Now we've got Shiba Inu declining once again. So what comes next? With bulls and bears both having their share of dominance in the market, a few cryptos have declined, whereas a few have surged. On analyzing the global market cap, the decline is not drastic as the value is around 2.64 trillion, but the impact is higher in the case of meme coins like Shiba Inu, which has now dropped about 3%. So we were trading at 28, now we're trading at 25, market capitalization of 14.7 billion. As per technical indicators, the SHIB price is in a neutral zone, having a share from both the bulls and the bears. The RSI is at 50.6, a completely neutral range, which means both the buyers and sellers are active in the market, maintaining the balance. The moving average convergence divergence, the MACD, is also in the neutral, confirming the same. So there's no money flow in, no money flow out. There's just sideways trading at this point. and we're looking for some sort of spike to start happening, and we just haven't gotten it yet. And looking at it from this perspective, there's the RSI, which is around 50 right now. There's the MACD, which is just kind of flowing in the middle. It's not really pumping to one side or the other. You look for this significant move like this for a big spike in price, or you look for a significant downward movement, right? And we're not getting those. So, it could be that we're not just not ready yet. So, watching out for this. We'll be checking it out for the next couple of hours. Remember, we got that big pump and dump sort of thing when the announcement happened. Now we're just kind of waiting. And by the way, U.S. market, probably we don't know what it's going to do until around noonish today. So we'll be looking at that coming up. SHIB, I would expect to see, look, I think the run that we keep talking about, it makes sense when you look at the chart, you look at it, and you see this continuous sort of trend, which would say that, we're parallel channel right now coming down. When does it break from that? When does it break from the bottom and then start a rip up to the top, right? Well, 3 hours ago, same time that the rest of the market did whatever they were doing. Look at that right there. Perfectly played out. I wasn't even zoomed in on this, by the way, but look at this. Perfectly played out. Now it's moving back towards the upside, kind of hugging the heart line. So the question is, does it make another big move up there? That move zone, by the way, probably only for futures trading because there's only about 3 cents on this. It's a very tight little channel. If I were to put up Bollinger Bands, I bet they're pretty tight right now. And yes, they are extremely tight. So there is a move coming. The general consensus on this move right now was looking kind of bearish when it broke down right here. But since this is very, very tight, if you look at Bitcoin was pretty tight and it's starting to break open. You see this, it got real tight right here, dipped down, almost a fake out, if you will, and then boom, started to take off again. And now the Bollinger Band is kind of expanding. So I would expect upward momentum coming from all of this over the next little while. So look for Shiba Inu prices to start doing something. I think something positive is going to end up happening. Now, AI coins outlook have gone from bullish to bearish because they're under investigation. OpenAI, NVIDIA, and Microsoft. The recent agreement between the US DOJ and the FTC has raised significant concerns about the concentration of power in the AI industry. The agreement signed with the US DOJ to investigate whether NVIDIA has violated antitrust laws, while the FTC will focus on the conduct of OpenAI and Microsoft, particularly a deal with Inflection AI. As seen recently, Microsoft and NVIDIA reign supreme in the industry while also boasting some of the most oversized market caps. NVIDIA earlier made headlines overtaking Apple with a $3 trillion market cap, leaving behind the tech giant that cemented its foothold as the second most valuable company. Meanwhile, Microsoft and OpenAI rose in tandem, pioneering artificial intelligence development. Amid this rapid growth, the regulatory entities have decided to conduct antitrust investigations to see if they're manipulating the market. The U.S. antitrust enforcers have expressed numerous concerns around AI, from the benefits of firms accessing data for AI training to the impact of generative AI on the market for creative work. With an official statement expected in the coming days, the future of the AI industry and AI coins remains uncertain. So you might see a little bit of a drawdown on NVIDIA. And if you do that, then you're going to see a little bit of a drawdown on Render. And you notice if NVIDIA is under attack, then most likely play out is that Render is going to be under attack as well. And how is that playing out in the market? Well, we've had a downward spike here from 1092 down about 7% to 1010 over the last couple of days. Now, is that cause for concern? Well, not really, because again, when you're in doubt, you zoom out, and as you zoom out, all you see is this big consolidation around $10 in range, with spikes here and there, taking us up to some other, previous $11, $12 range. But it's not looking, it really looks like it's just consolidating for a breakout. I mean, it looks like this right here. It looks like just another pennant forming in the longer terms. If we pull it out this way, then I bet We're looking at a tightening of the bands, but I mean, look, this is where we are. So is this really cooling down, or did we just get an opportunity to buy? That's the question, right? This range right here represented our bounce area. We bounced pretty hard off of it. So $10 seems to be the new norm right now. If it continues in this range, it will have to either pump or it will end up dumping. And if it dumps, then $7 becomes your range, because that's where this big sort of consolidation area is. Problem with this is I think we've already hit it. We've done it twice. So if you get a third time, if you get a third opportunity to buy render at $7, I mean, might I suggest load up, because AI is not, NVIDIA's profit margin isn't going to change. So NVIDIA is going to pump. When NVIDIA pumps, render is going to pump. Render is it's not NVIDIA, but it's part of the NVIDIA network. They are partnered together for all of this. And by the end of this year, look, we're going to have a blow off. And I said $35 is where we're going to probably end up towards the end of this year. So, this could be one of those last ditch sort of opportunities. Like, just grab yourself a fat bag and hold on tight, because it most likely will have an aggressive sort of move towards the upside. So just look for it to see if it happens. And if it does, then YOLO, baby. Now, with AI being out there like that, there's 3 different tokens that, if you are waiting for this Ethereum ETF, if this is your investment strategy revolves around Ethereum ETFs, and there's 3 tokens that you should probably buy right now in anticipation, because they seem to move in unison with Ethereum, and they have bigger upsides when it breaks it down. Number 1 in there is PEPE. Probably Ethereum, if Ethereum goes on a 100% run, or it goes on a 50% run, expect to see PEPE do double or triple that. People will get into PEPE. Also, Optimism. Remember, that's one of the bigger layer 2s in this entire ecosystem. And Optimism, moving along with Ethereum, probably, again, has some more and tremendous upside, because these layer 2 solutions get drug along. And the other one is Arbitrum. If you haven't already, consider grabbing yourself a bag of Arbitrum, because Arbitrum is just like Ethereum and Optimism and PEPE. These things are going to pump a little bit more robustly, and they've been waiting for those moments. And remember, when we're talking about volume and we're looking at the trade volume that comes out on these tokens in these blockchains, then these chains are very heavy in volume. If I pop this up on the screen, then you can see, again, number 1 is Ethereum at 1.37 billion. Number 2, Solana at 1.16 billion. BSC almost a billion. Base 573 million. But here we are. Arbitrum 400 million. Optimism 70 million. They're in the top 7. These are top 7 blockchains. So it stands to reason that these things are probably going to rip, and these are safe bets, if you will, because what you're looking at is you're looking for total value locked, for a sign of consistency and security. Well, Arbitrum 3 billion, Optimism 800 million, compared to Thor, by the way. Thor 400 million, Base 1.7. So Arbitrum is up there and due for an explosive sort of move coming up. Now, when you look at this, and Jesus Christ, we can't do that. Woo! Gross. All right, so Arbitrum is currently the number 37 crypto, but by volume, it looks like it's doing pretty well. It's got 3 billion in market cap. Where is Optimism? Optimism number 47 at 2.7 billion in market cap. So both of these look like they are set for an explosive sort of move, right? And they have the volume. Now, let's just take a moment. Let's take a step back and let's look at what the active chains are. What are the most active chains? Well, we go back and we look at it one more time. Ethereum, Solana, BSC. Ethereum, Solana, BSC. Market caps, 458 billion, 103 billion, 79 billion. Okay. Now, just outside of that is Base, doesn't have a token. Then there's Arbitrum, Thorchain, and Optimism. So coming back over here, where do we kind of line up here? Well, we're way, way, way down here, which in my minds would mean that at number 37 and 47, these are highly undervalued projects in these ecosystems. Now, when it comes down to trade volume, Arbitrum is clearly the superior product based on that volume. Remember, Optimism about 70 million a day, Arbitrum 400 million a day, 391. So if you're looking for opportunities in these layer 2 blockchains, these are undervalued. They're way, way, way undervalued. And I mean, just to give you an idea, again, let's go back over here and do a comparison. Number 38 is Crow at 3 billion. Okay. Crow is number 14 with 26 billion. So if you just consider the difference here between Arbitrum and Kronos, they're both around the same market cap, but the amount of trading going on between them is vastly different. So just by virtue of looking at this, you could see that's a potential for a 10x move. What would a 10x move on Arbitrum look like? Well, I mean, it's at 3 billion. So it would look like 30 billion, and that would still put it outside of the top 5. But it would put it above XRP, which it's got more volume. It would put it above Dogecoin, which has got more volume. It would put it above Toncoin, which it's got more volume. It stands to reason that it's a superior project right now to them. So I would be looking for Arbitrum to break out at some point soon. The volume continues to be there. Also, I would look for Optimism to do the same. Like I would look for them to continue to have some sort of breakout as well, and their volume increase. So just my opinion, not financial advice. I would be watching out for these as the next big things. Now, let's go look at SAITAMA. The side drama continues. So remember, we got in a little bit under 2 cents. We're trading at 8 cents right now. We got this enormous spike. We didn't get the continuation. Now, because we did not get the continuation, we've now created this downward trajectory. And it's a very aggressive downward trajectory, by the way. And off of this, you have this move right here. This was your original fib retracement. So based on this, it's a little bit bearish the way that it's breaking right now. However, remember, there's a bunch of them over here that are all in the red. So it could be that the market is just, we've got people airing it out. They're just basically selling out on the project because they made they think that the run is over. It stopped at about 20 million. They don't currently see some opportunity for upside, or if they see some opportunity for upside, they're more likely to look at it and say, well, you know what? I think it's going to go down a little bit more. So I'll just take my money at this point, and then I'll just buy in if it continues to dip. You know what I mean? Like just take a little bit of money out. And you've seen sell-offs here, 4,000 at less than 8 cents. So there's a lot of people who made a pretty good amount already on this, pulling out, and they will come back in. Here's the thing. A lot of these people, they SAITAMA holders, they're going to continue to ape into this project. Now has 2.15 thousand holders. So there's over 2,000 holders. Remember what we talked about not that long ago. There was less than 1,000 holders a couple of days ago. Now, the other piece to this is what we got in that last move right there is RSI. Look at this RSI. So we got right here, we got this upward move right there with a bearish divergence down here on the RSI, which meant that this was due to happen. Now, the question is, can it do what I said it was going to do? And if you're wondering, what the fuck did you say it was going to do, Bleeves? Well, what I said was it would most likely come down here into about 6 cents. You remember this is a couple days ago. I said it would come down into the 6 cents range, right? So let's put 6 cents right there. Right there is where it is. And then let's see what happened just recently. Oh, well, what have we here? What have we here? It did exactly what we said it was going to do, right? I mean, to the point that you couldn't even make this shit up, right? It went down to the 6 cents area, popped off the 6 cents, which I told you 2 days ago, 3 days ago that was going to happen. It did happen. And then what did it do? It ran back up to about 10 cents. It ran up to 14 cents over here. So now the question is, will it come back down here for a test here and reverse back up to 8 cents? Will that be the move? Well, you're kind of in the middle of it. if you will. Like there's a little trend right there. So you're kind of in the middle. So if you're holding, I wouldn't recommend that you do anything at this point. Wait for, which way it's going to move. Not sure where where your risk tolerance is, or, whatever. But really at this point, it looks like it could break. If it breaks out of here, this is the question. If it breaks out of here, then I could see 13 cents, or I could see 15 cents coming like very, very quickly as it tries to kick back and break that trend. But really 14 is kind of representative. So, I would just look for it to maybe test or retest back in this range, maybe even over the weekend. Maybe this consolidation has been enough. Again, back here, we have way less than 1,000 holders. Now we have way over 1,000 holders, and it continues to grow, and it's growing at a pretty quick rate. So imagine what happens when this gets to 6,000. You know what I mean? It'll be 3x from where it is right now, which will be an all-time high, roughly speaking. So, and remember, previously 300 and something thousand SAITAMA holders. So some of these guys are going to come back in here, and they're going to give another shot. And by the way, if you're a big SAITA Maxi, then this doesn't apply to you. This has nothing to do with you. Keep holding on to your SAITA, and let it do what it's going to do. This is not a new project that's going to replace SAITA. This is a meme coin that's just trying to have a little bit of fun with memes. So stop being offended by it. You know what I mean? You didn't create it. You just invested in it. Like, give me a break. Daddy, crypto journey. We've got a nice big opportunity. Look, it's kind of moving in a very nice direction, consolidating at or near the top up here in this range. I would look for the impulse, right? The impulse move was right here, and then it popped up here. You got basic perfect retracement on everything that you're looking for out of this. You got to move into this range. Now, the question is, will it hold up and will it double top? Well, so if you were to look at this, that looks pretty bearish in its divergence. Here's what you had. Up here, you had this moment right there. Then over here, you had this moment right here. That actually, you know what? That actually is pretty flat. So that is from there to there and from there to there. So I don't think this is a bearish divergence at all. So this thing might end up, continuing on and getting a little bit more pump into it. It's a matter of what's available in the base change. And at a 2 million market cap right now, this thing has got a tremendous opportunity. What happens when they run it back here and they do this one to 20 million, just like they did with SAITAMA? You know what I mean? So this is it's certainly going to be interesting to see what happens over the next little while. And by the way, if it does that, then it would be $10, $20. Each token would be worth $20. So you could see a very interesting thing or a very interesting dynamic sort of play out here over the next little while. So watch out for something happening over on the Daddy token. And remember, it's funny. It's funny because it's Rodney, right? And exchanges, by the way, SAITAMA, Daddy, exchanges are coming. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna get picked up. 130,000 in volume on Daddy. Not as significant as what was going on with SAITAMA, which is about 1.3 million. So again, if you're looking for the quicker of the pump, probably SAITAMA at this point still. But let's watch and see how these things grow. Remember, we got 2.1 thousand holders on SAITAMA. There's 911. Look at this. Look at this. I told you Rodney's a terrorist. God damn it. I told you Rodney is a terrorist. See, I keep telling you guys that's why I use his picture instead of Sahil. 911. Was 911 an inside job? Was it done by Rodney? That's the question that you have to ask yourself right now, because Daddy token now has 911 holders. What are they trying to say? What are they saying here? I need Alex Jones. Does anybody have Alex Jones' number so that I can figure out what's going on here? Because they're making the frogs gay. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. So yeah, so anyway, obviously Rodney's responsible for 9/11. Let's take a screenshot of this because I want people to see what he did. There it is right there. Is Rodney, my crypto adventure, my crypto journey, is he responsible for 9/11? Yeah, 9/11 holders. Anyway, am I having too much fun? Yeah. DevvE. So DevvE token is on a little bit of a, we're still trying to find that bottom. Are we there yet? I don't know. Waiting to see whether or not it plays out that way. Looks like it's just kind of flat at this point. But here's the thing. I was talking to somebody about this last night, and I said, I'm looking for a trend reversal right here, kind of a trend reversal here, and a roll back up, and to do some previous testing, like at $1 or something like that. So that might happen. I don't know whether it will or not. But here's the thing. There's 200,000 in 24-hour volume. That means that exchanges are going to pick up on Dev and the DevX blockchain. 385,000 liquidity and a 5.4 million market cap. So, we're still sitting in this space here where I think that there's still a lot of value for this token. And you can make an argument. I'm not there yet on it for a reversal, but if you kind of look at this right here, you can see that there is a wedge sort of forming, that it really is kind of tightening up, if you will. So we'll see whether or not that does anything. But if I were to pop over here and look at it and throw in like a Bollinger Band to get an idea of what it looks like, you see the band is tightening up pretty much. And then over here, you see that it's already pretty tight on the 1 hours. So it didn't, when it tightened up the last time, it came to the downside. But now you can see right here, when you look at it this way, is this a sign of reversal as it comes down into this range? And this last high up here was a little bit higher, and we saw it before, but it came back down. So the question is whether or not there's going to be any kind of reversal. And I think that I think it will. And by the way, I'm not really into looking for this thing to pump like super hard. This is not a pump and dump scheme token that, like some of these other things that are out here in this market. This is a long-term, what do you call it? A permissioned blockchain solution. So I don't know that any pump on it's going to be artificial right now. And if you remember, there were a lot of pre-sellers that were part of this ecosystem, and those pre-sellers are still selling out on the chart. So why pump a chart that's just going to get dumped on by people who are doing pre-sales? You might as well suck it up and wait for a natural sort of experience here. Like compare it to some other blockchains. Look at the speed, look at the throughput, look at all the different technical indicators, and see if it gets exposure that way as it partners with different companies. But again, tight Bollinger Band means that it's maybe due for a little bit of a breakout. So we'll see whether or not it does or not. Then we're still waiting on that golden cross to play out on Luna Classic. Luna Classic trading at 12,083 right now. If you grant me here that we've kind of, and I don't make this shit up, by the way. I'm not making this shit up. If you look at the chart, then you can see here, like it's pretty much playing out picture perfect right now. It did have a little bit of a spike up here to 12.5 last night. Then it came down here and broke just below, off to this extra area I told you would be, that would be my other sort of area for it breaking down. But it doesn't do that. It's moving back up. So, this could be breaking out and going back up into this 13 range like today or very, very soon. Trail Boss with the $2 bomb, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, and the MACD down here, money flow has reversed. If you look at it right there, you can see that the money flow appears to have reversed. So if that continues on, then you might see another big spike in price. So look at the indicators. The indicators kind of give you an idea. Market's up by 18 billion, by the way. So we've had a little bit of a reversal happening in the broader context of it. So I think we did it. Holy shit, I think we did it. All of this is brought to you by TradeMaster Ninja. Okay, so while we're on the subject of TradeMaster, let's talk. Okay, so I have created, and it's not ready yet, but it's almost ready. Like everybody else in the world, I have created a trade center on Telegram. I'm going to partner with, I'm going to make this easy for you. I'm going to make this something that you're going to be able to do. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you guys my Telegram information as soon as it's completed and ready. What I'm doing is I'm integrating high IQ indicator into it so that every time we get a signal to buy, you're going to get notice to buy. I'm going to apply it to meme coins. I'm going to apply it to altcoins. I'm going to apply it to Bitcoin. And we're just going to, when you get a buy signal on, I'm not sure which time frame it's going to be, but when you get a buy signal on it, it's going to be a time to buy. So at least this will be a notification process. Also, each one of the channels are going to be automated to provide you with news content for cryptocurrency and price oversight based on other indicators. I'm gonna try to make you guys rich. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for my Telegram channel. No cost, except you do have to be signed up to my new partner, and you sign up for free. By the way, I mean, we would like you to make a deposit and start trading on it, but you would have to have a UID, and you get the UID and you get into the private call chats and stuff like that. So there'll be some opportunity there for you. And in the meantime, I'm still working on the background. I painted, but as you guys can see, like it didn't, like this little spot up here, like I have to do 2 coats on it because it's black. And when I took down all the stickers, some of it ripped off some of the paint. So we're kind of fixing all of this. What did they say? Shite, if you're from wherever. So there you go. We'll have we'll do some content over the weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's pay some bills. And then remember, who's Donald Trump's favorite cryptocurrency channel? This guy right here.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the Bleeves Crypto YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks.
You got 9 days before the contest is over. Cryptonomy.finance is giving away 100,000 USD worth of PEPE. Not only that, we've got a mobile app coming very, very soon. We're also launching a public partnership with a strong team. It's going to result in one of the best exchanges on the market. Also, you're going to get some unique marketing information from Cryptonomy if you sign up today, and you'll get some trading opportunities for free. Cryptonomy.finance giving away $100,000 worth of USD PEPE. This is going to take you through a 100 billion. I think PEPE is going to be the first 100 billion crypto in meme coins. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Sign up today. Helps me out tremendously. Cryptonomy.finance. Don't forget it.